resiliency that this team has shown this year was be something you can hang your hat on going into game 2. That played out that way tonight. What'd you think of the performance?
I think exactly that. I think that we weathered their storm early and had confidence in everything we did and with our structure and within these 4 walls. And I think that's really powerful going forward.
What can you say about your team, the way they stick up for you pretty much every whistle? Buffalo's trying to get an extra whack in, and your guys are always right there.
Yeah, that's an identity, and every team knows that. And I feel extremely confident in my blue paint because of that, and they allow me to play free and understand that you're going to get contested. So that's something that we really built throughout the year, and everyone's doing their job to a really high level.
Given how Game 1 ended, how important was it for this team to bounce back this way?
The series doesn't start until you win one on the road, and that's important for us moving forward. We thought that we had a really good chance last game to finish it out too, so I think that we fixed a lot of great things and took positives and really stayed in the moment. And that's the biggest thing for our group is we let the past in the past and understood there was an opportunity tonight and seized it.
With
What's
that
going
said,
through your mind? 5 minutes left, the Swayman chance. Just how do you stay present?
It's a part of the game. It's my job to stay focused and enjoy it. And kid from Alaska never found a million ways to get his name chanted by 20,000. So it's a pretty incredible feeling, and understood that you have to earn it. And you're only as good as your last game. So it's a big motivator moving forward. And I thought that we all did a really good job of, again, just weathering it and enjoying the process.
How did you see your teammates take away time and space from those guys? Sorry. How did you see your
going into this game? How much do you take on yourself to be as good as you can be in this situation?
It's important to have everyone pulling the rope, and that's what we love most about this group is everyone does their job to the maximum of their ability, and it gives confidence to every single one of us when guys are jumping over the boards, and obviously when the goalie's in the crease, I know that every guy in front of me is going to do their job to their utmost potential, and that's important at this time of year. And again, just staying present and understanding that every shift can be exposed, and you have to do whatever you can to do good things and allow the next guy to roll through.
how much are you looking forward to playing in front of a home crowd?
Oh, it's been too long, and that's why I'm addicted to playoffs, playing in front of the Garden, man. It's the best thing in the world, and our fans allow that for us bees to feel that way. So we're going home happy, and we know we have a job to do.
Just on the 4-2 goal, it looked like after you might have signaled you wanted a timeout called. Did you think it was maybe contact, or you just wanted to try and help settle things in?
I think it was a little bit of a momentum shift, but I knew we weren't going to have a TV timeout after the goal call, so it was just important to get everyone to take a breath. We know that we have a standard to play at, and I thought that momentum shifted a little bit, and a ton of kudos to my group for responding extremely well.
Think about the team's ability to bounce back tonight in game 2.
I mean, two great games. I mean, I feel like we only played about 5 minutes last game. Thought we were controlling it, and today was great. I mean, we didn't give them anything, pretty much 5 and 5. A lot of penalties, both ways, 4 and 4, and give guys credit. The guys who don't play power play, they stay ready. The guys who don't play PK, they stay ready. So I think it's a great team overall effort.
Again, to 4-2, what was the key to kind of just regrouping and settling down?
Yeah, just stay calm. I mean, obviously they have a bunch of skill up there. They're gonna push at the end. There's no give up in anybody's game in this league. You know what I mean? It's playoff hockey, so a couple things went in. Like we took a timeout. We stayed calm. Just gotta shut it down.
When you guys went up 4-0, did you expect the nastiness to kind of ramp up a little in that third?
I mean, I feel like it was nasty from the first shift, from first game. I mean, it's a playoff emotions, intensity. It's always going to be up there.
How important is it when they're crashing that hard every whistle for you guys to be there to clear out the crease like you've been doing?
Yeah, I mean, when I grew up, all my coaches were telling me to protect my goalie. So when somebody slashes my goalie, that's my job to step in. So I don't think they want to keep doing it. They're going to keep getting it. So I mean, that's how it is.
What are you seeing from Jeremy in these first 2 games from Swayman?
His calmness. It's super important to see from the goalies. His confidence is great. I mean, like I said, I don't want to give a lot of compliments to goalies. Don't like to jinx it, but it's been awesome. Yeah.
Is there something about in those last few minutes, especially when a game is getting out of reach, is that sending a message on both sides? Teams trying to send a message because for the next game?
There is always there's it's a 7-game series, so you see those guys all the time, and there's game inside the game, obviously. I thought at that point it was just the hockey moment. Like I said, the emotions are really high. Everybody wants to win. Everybody's competitive on the ice. So sometimes you just you end up scrums and fights a little bit like that.
Is there anything you took from game one to help you calm down in game two?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in those situations, you want to lean to your veteran guys. Go up there, have a good shift, have a calm shift, like get the puck out, protect the middle, nothing against, leave it outside to them. I feel like we made a couple of mistakes game one when we left open players in the slot, and that was our idea to not give it away today. And we protected it, we did a good job,
How excited are you for the series to return back to Boston, TD Garden for the next?
Yeah, I mean, we have our best fans in the world, so I think it's always fun to go up there, and we've been waiting for 2 years to see playoff hockey. I haven't seen it myself before either, so I can't wait for sure.
You enjoy it when the temperature goes up like that in the third period?
I enjoy winning, yeah.
Been very resilient during the regular season, but with the playoffs being what they are, how confident were you that could carry over into the playoffs?
Yeah, I was very confident. I know we're going to respond today. Again, it wasn't terrible how we played the game one, but we knew we needed to be just a little bit better. And the guys, the guys played great today. They played the way they played to our identity. Let's put it that way. That was Bruins hockey right from the start to finish, and that's why we got the 2 points over the big win.
Marco, earlier this season, you called Victor Arvidsson a weasel, affectionately. Was that the type of performance you were thinking when you see what he played, how he played tonight?
Yeah, no, I called those guys out for a reason, and they just needed a poke. That's all. And knowing RV very well, he's a guy who takes it very seriously and takes it to the heart too, and I know he's going to have a big time.
Marco, you talked about your team playing to its identity, but what in particular changed, or what was the biggest difference between Sunday's game and tonight's game for your team?
Yeah, no, we played more physical. I think that's something we wanted to do, and get better in our forecheck, but also protecting our slot a little bit more. So again, I just be more aggressive, I would say. I think that was the big difference today.
Marco, you guys were when after Morgan's unusual goal, you guys were up 2-0 and kind of kept the pedal down. Was that what you hoped to see, especially after the way the 2-goal lead? You didn't hold it the other night. Is that the way you wanted?
Yeah.
Wanted to see them react?
Yeah, no, there were a few moments in the game. What was huge, penalty kill a couple times, even the one, Kuzi lost his stick. There was a 5-on-5 Minton line, they were stuck and they grinded out with Charlie and Aspie. So those are big moments for me to survive. And then we came back and scored. So that was game today. And again, I'm really happy the way we played. Now, we go home with 1 game, and that's exactly what we wanted, right? So can't wait to go home to play in front of our crowd and take care of business.
Marco, right at the start, they're coming with a lot of pace, a lot of speed. How did you manage to change the tempo of the game back to your favor?
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons. You need a good goalie. I think that's the biggest thing. He kept us pretty calm right away, and you could tell right away he's in the zone again. The other thing is, let them play on the outside and make them stop. That's the biggest thing. They're just a very speedy team with good talent. We know that, we've seen that. We just got to make them stop. And then they slow down, because they can't keep that up for 60 minutes, and we know that. So that's why we got to survive the first 10 minutes.
Marco, they get it to 4-2. You call the timeout. What's the message in that moment?
No, just to calm everything down. We went through it. just to regroup again. Make sure, guys, it's about the team, it's about the win, not about anything else. And I know that the crowd, you guys know it too. They're pretty good. They're behind him, they're pushing him, they feel it, and I thought today was the right time to do it.
Take two more, Bridget, Russ.
When we talked to you yesterday, you mentioned how you liked the game that the third line played and the fourth line. What did you think of them tonight?
Yeah, fourth line was great again. They gave us a lot of energy, good zone time, but also the grit we needed. They challenged a lot of guys over there, and they were a huge part. You guys don't know what's going on between benches, but these guys play a big role. And the kids line, they were okay. I think it's a lot for those kids, and it's a great learning lesson to play games like that. But still, I trust those guys, and I'm happy how they perform.
Just Nikita talked about Jeremy's calmness in big moments, especially tonight. The crowd's chanting, and at the 4-2, he kind of signals he wants a timeout. What type of leadership and calmness does he bring, and how much does that help you as a coach with the staff?
Yeah, no, he's a big part, and if you have a goalie like that, he doesn't have to have a C or A on it. We know he's a big part of our team. He's a big leader. He's been through it, those up and downs, and of course, he's been very quiet, but when he speaks, we all listen. Again, he's been unbelievable all year long. So there's not really a surprise right now the way he plays, the way he acts. It really isn't, because he's been very consistent.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Morgan, have you ever scored a goal like that before?
No, I don't think I ever will again. Just honestly just try to dump it in and got a lucky bounce, and then it's nice to see it go in.
Yeah. When a goal like that goes in on a goalie, do you feel like you need to attack more because it might be rattled?
He's a good goalie. He's played good so far. Obviously made a couple of huge saves, but obviously you hate to see those go in regardless of who it is. But try to put a couple more pucks on net. You never know what's going through his mind. And I think we started playing their end a little bit more after that, and just tried to have a mentality to get pucks on net.
Victor, how did you read the flip out by Jonathan on your first goal?
No, I just knew he was going to put it somewhere there, and we went over the D and just went for it, and got a little break, so it was nice to see that going.
Could you feel Samuelson on your shoulder?
Well, I had a similar opportunity, like in the first period, kind of, and I just figured I'll try to get it, surprise him a little bit, and it worked out.
Victor, you talked before the game about how you didn't want your line to play as defensively. How do you feel you guys were today? Did you feel like you were pushing harder than the other day? Is that part of why you guys were able to have so much success today?
Yeah, I think we skated harder and battled a little bit harder, and just had our heads over the puck and won battles and used each other in close areas, and that's how we need to play to be successful. And I think we came out with that mindset and had a pretty good game.
Just for either of you, what's the excitement level when you get a win like this, and now the series is tied, coming back home to Boston?
Sorry, that's loud. I think the goal, when you start on the road, is to get one of two, and obviously I think we gave ourselves a chance to win both, and unfortunately we had the first one slip away, and kind of learn from it tonight. But it's huge, I think it's a 7-game series, and to be able to come into a building like this, it was awesome with the excitement and how long it's been since they've been in the playoffs. It was lots of fun to play in, but at least for me, it's super important to kind of get one and go back home and play in front of our fans.
Anybody else?